Toastmasters, yes. And company employees. Company employees. Yay! Right, excellent. We've had tremendous growth over the last year here in Texas. Now we've taken over 3/4 of Texas, and what's happened is we have information all over the place. But what I'd like to do is propose a new way of consolidating our information so that we all can learn a little bit more and be productive. Now I'll give you an example of this. Since we cover such a large territory, I'm going to use me as the example as the company owner and how many devices I use to communicate with my customers and employees. Number one, I use my iPhone. I even do quotes over my iPhone. If it's somebody that I know and I work with continuously, I'll send them a quote and then I'll revise it later on. Then I have my Yahoo email account. I have my Gmail. I have my trusty Google Calendar. I also have a Word doc for short to-do lists. I have a very extensive Excel spreadsheet. I also have Dropbox. I use a tool called Insightly, which is a CRM, and I use the free base because it has less gigabytes. It's not that powerful. And then I also use QuickBooks. And then we have a web-based email through Outlook. So we're looking at 10 different ways across 3/4 of Texas that we're communicating. Now we have independent contractors, obviously y'all, in different areas. And we're just going to make up names for these particular people so that you kind of get a sense. Let's say Mike is in Dallas. We don't know what Mike is doing and how he's communicating to his customers. We don't understand the information that he's sending out. He could be sending out something by his iPhone, he could do it by an email, but we don't have anything that we can consolidate and report on. And the same thing happens for Chris out in El Paso. He's doing the same thing as well, but maybe he's using a couple different tactics that we aren't even aware of. I only just gave you the 10 I use, which is a lot. And then we have John down in San Antonio, and he may be using a different platform. So my solution is to get a CRM tool, Salesforce, to consolidate and try to pull as many resources out of all those distractions into one format so that we can begin to do reporting and then it makes your job more productive. What we don't want to do is waste time, and I'm going to give you an example of this as well. You have a general contractor or a GC, gives you a call. You log it into Salesforce. Called on this day, 9/9/16. Wants a quote. You send a quote. You attach it in Salesforce. It's all in one place. Next week he gives you a call. He needs another quote. And so on and so on. 3 months later, you run a report and you realize that this GC has bought nothing from you. You go another 3 months, you're 6 months in, and you run another report. The GC has not bought anything from you, but you're spending an awful amount of time, or an awful lot amount of time, working with this individual. A year comes along and you realize you've sent out a number of quotes and they've never bought anything from you. Now on the other hand, let's say we have a management company that manages HOAs, homeowners associations. And they call you about every other week or once a month. And you have a 50% closing ratio with this particular management company. What you're looking for as an individual is you're looking to fine-tune where you're spending your time. What you don't want to do is keep spinning your wheels and sending out quotes continuously to people who don't buy. And if they don't buy and they keep calling you, and you need me to call them to tell them, no, don't call us anymore because you never buy anything, I'm more than happy to do so. We're looking for productivity. We're looking for a strategy. And the only way to do that is to use one central unit that we can run reports on. We don't know what's happening in the emails over here, and what's happening on the iPhone over here, and then what's happening with QuickBooks over here. So consolidating all that information will give us everything that we need. Okay? I'm not sure where we're at on time, but as we continue, now my offer to you is to implement Salesforce so we can better function as a company. And I'd like to open it up for questions and answers, questions, concerns, thoughts about using this CRM tool to help better produce better results for you overall. So now it's kind of an open floor, and what we probably should have stated at the beginning of the Toastmaster introduction, I should have put that in there, is that I would have liked y'all to write down some questions while I was talking, which we missed that part, but oh well. Here we are in the moment, and these are moments of truth, aren't they? Because we learn from them, huh? So at least we make it fun. But does anybody have any ideas, any thoughts? I know we've got a couple of contractors and other people here. Yes, sir.
How much time do you estimate you will be entering items into your CRM per customer?
Depending on the complexity of the quote, I'd like to spend 5 to 10 minutes tops once the quote is consolidated.
So how long is it going to take us to integrate with this, what did you call it, Salesforce or salespeople thing?
It shouldn't take too long. It's pretty self-explanatory, but we'll go through tutorials to help get you up to speed. And then we're also going to bring on a private contractor that you can work with one-on-one for any questions that you have. And they also have a real good back infrastructure with Salesforce where you can call them with any questions and they get back to you pretty quick. It shouldn't take too long. I would say within a month, you'll be able to consolidate and pull all your information in there. Depending on how much information you've got. You got a lot of stuff going on? Selling. Yes, Andrew.
What does CRM mean?
Customer Relation Management Tool. I believe I got that correct. Yes, sir, John.
This is all, it's years ago that I did that. I mean, there was no technology back then. But I was a manager and I had about 20 salesmen around the country.
Okay.
And I'd get them on the phone. And I always wondered, are they sitting at a pool somewhere or on a beach? Are they really working?
So what you're saying is this is a way for me to keep track of what they're doing?
Yeah.
You're right. Absolutely. Andrew, you have another question? Laura's contracting GC right here. Done 1,000 bids for you guy. You never bought anything. Go ahead.
How much does it cost?
It depends on which one we buy. But don't worry about it because I'm going to be paying for it. Umberto.
Can I use this with my iPhone, my Samsung, with my iPad, with my computer? Can I use anything to access?
You should, yes. And I haven't used it through iPhone, but I believe there's an app where you'll be able to pull it up and you'll be able to go straight into your CRM and enter in all your data or an iPad if you want to, because I know you're iPad friendly. Chris, you got a question?
Won't this make our sales numbers go down if we're spending so much time documenting?
Well, the idea, the real quick idea, and I see the red light blinking at me and blaring, but the idea is that you're spending so much time and information all over the place that it's hard for you to even get a grasp on where your concentrated efforts are. If you're spending a lot of time sending out quotes, let's say you send a particular GC a quote, you send it from your iPhone, QuickBooks, Gmail, Yahoo, you talk to them every once in a while, you can't pull all that information because it's not a one central unit to be able to tell if it's even productive for you. So what I want you to do, or the benefit I want you to gain from it, is that you'll be able to just run a report and look and go, golly, they never bought anything, or they buy everything from me, I need to take them some donuts. Okay, that ends our Q&A for today. I appreciate all the questions. I hope this makes sense. If you do have any other questions, please see me after the meeting. Thank you so much.
Scott, if we could please have another minute for comments for Bryan. Well, it looks like I'm going to be able to touch on 2 principles a meeting, so it looks like this will take me about 3 meetings to get through. But I did want to just